Nike, Apple among dozens of major brands implicated in report on forced labor of Uighur workers sent directly from re-education camps.
This post received a score of 8,380, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
So Canada's courts recently ruled that companies operating in Canada who violate laws overseas can be liable. I am interested in how much evidence there is of these acts, and how the court ruling will apply here.
But they're not violating any laws overseas, it's legal there.
It clearly breaks international law, which in Canada, unless there are domestic Canadian laws that are in conflict, international law is treated the same as national laws. There's a little more to it, but that's the gist, so they could still be liable with enough evidence.
Greater than it clearly breaks international law, does it? It sounds like slavery, but I feel like China could just circumvent things by saying that it's technically just a voluntary work program. Oh look, everyone who wanted to free the Uyghurs suddenly have stocks on their slavery.
Watch Redditors change their buying habit in exactly 0 ways.
How the fuck are you meant to avoid buying Foxconn-supplied electronics without just not buying any electronics at all? Are you going to screen Foxconn components out of all your future electronics purchases?
Buy a IBM Model XT, at Made in Scotland, I believe.
The Next was built in, I think, Fremont, California. You can enjoy 32-bit color and 16-bit sound.
Forced labor red slaves. Those would be slaves.
Greater than the report, by the U.S. State Department-funded Australian Strategic Policy Institute. LOL.
Shitfuckery. Uighur is pronounced Uighur for anyone trying.
Well, that's why someone said Uighur a few days ago and I had no idea why and hadn't heard the phrase in 20 years.
Greater than Uighur while seemingly accurate, that sounds, very not nice.
Concentration camps, get it right.
They got it right, all the way down to the forced labor. In light of recent events, I sure hope companies realize that the dependency on Chinese slave labor is a risk. Not only because of supply chain issues, but also because morals of buyers, which is where I would like to see more change.
LMAO morals of buyers. OK, LMAO.
Yes. There are people, like me, my family and a large portion of my friends, who actively avoid Chinese products or seek out domestic products with minimal Chinese influx. Avoiding products from China is a luxury, if we're being realistic. Especially for families with lower income.
In some cases yes, but there's also a lot of inexpensive alternatives that are not made in China, but you may have to look around. Yes, plus buying second-hand is also an option.
It is essentially impossible to be a moral participant in today's global economy.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.